Shem Shemasav and Etzliach. I just wanted to say that in the schus and the merits of so many Jews keeping Shabbat, this Heilige Shabbos project, where we're doing a halacha with regarding Shabbat Kodesh. And Bezrat Hashem, it should Bezrat Hashem strengthen every single one of us to keep Shabbat better and stronger every single week, every single one of us. Shabbat project isn't for people that aren't keeping Shabbat only, it's for people that are keeping Shabbat, that can keep it better, Bezrat Hashem. So the halacha was posed. We're learning Or Letzion, Parak Chaf, Halacha Hey, Sheila Hey. Hayim efshar letzet yedei chova bekiddush sheshomem memachalel Shabbat. Is a person yotze his Kiddush from someone that is mechalel Shabbat? Let's just get some clarity on the matter. Baruch atah Adonai Eloheinu chalam shakol ni'aved v'lo. Amen. So first of all, let's just open it up with Shulchan, with different Mar Mekomot around Shulchan Aruch. The Nosei HaKelim says Mechalel Shabbat b'farhesya dino ka'akum l'chol davar ve'eno mitztaref l'chol davar shebiktusha. Right. This is the Pri Megadim brings down in Siman Nun Hey that Mechalel Shabbat openly, his din is like an akum, an oved kochavim, like an idol worshipper, l'chol davar, like in terms of all aspects. Ve'eno mitzaref l'chol davar shebekadusha, and a mechalel Shabbat cannot join something that requires 10 men to be present. V'chein hevi b'Mishnah Brura. This is also brought down in Mishnah Brura Sham Sifkat and Memvav. V'uadin gam she'ena yochel lo'tzia acher midei chovatam. Also, it's brought down that they cannot be yotze other people their obligation, their chiyuvim, right? V'af shebeshelet v'tshuvat igrat Moshe, and even in Shelot v'tshuvat igrat Moshe by Rabbi Moshe Feinstein, Chelek Aleph Siman Chaf Gimel, Katav the Mechal Shabbat mitzdaref naminyanin in Kaddish v'kedusha. Even though that he writes, Rabbi Moshe Feinstein writes that a Mechalel Shabbat could be mitzdaref in a minyan when it comes to Kaddish and saying Kedusha. V'ochiach ma'maraglim shayu garuem mechalel Shabbat shayu kofrim, that he brings a proof from them, from the Meraglim, that they were even worse than Mechalel Shabbat, because he held that they were kofrim, right? On a certain level, a heretic in certain sense, because they didn't have Amunah. But nevertheless, when it comes to our inyan, ein rayato raya. We cannot bring a proof from that. The lo huskar sham lahedya dahavu kofrim doesn't say explicitly over there that they were considered kofrim. V'yesh raya le'asor miloshen Rambam. Now we can bring a proof for this isur from the lashon of the Rambam. Let's see what the Rambam says. Behilchot Eruvin, Perek Bet Halacha Tet Zayin. Shkat v'zel lashon. This is what he writes. Yisrael shehu mechalel Shabbat befarhesya. A Jew that is a Shabbat desecrator, openly, befarhesya means openly, in public, o shehu oved akum, or that if he is worshipping idols or mazalot, or constellations and stars, harehu koved kachavim l'chol davar. He's considered like an idol worshipper in all aspects, which means mashma. What does this mean? Mashma lechol devarav mamash, meaning it's mashma from this, like everything. It's really on the status of any Yehudi. V'lechein mi shenimtza bebeit shamikdash bo, and someone that was found in the Beit Hamikdash mechalel Shabbat ve'ein yachol la'asot kiddush ba'atzma. Oh, so no, sorry. Somebody that's found in a house, misha nimtza b'bayit she'hamekadesh bo mechalel Shabbat. So let's say you go to someone's house and the guy that's saying Kiddush, you know he's mechalel Shabbat. You know, he's the CEO of a stock company and he's constantly checking his phone. You know, ve'az. In such a situation, ve'en yachol la'asot kiddush ba'atzmo. You can't just take your own cup and say kiddush out loud. Like people will be like, "Yo, what's your problem?" So what should you do? He gives advice. Yomar betzina kiddush alapat. He says privately, you can say kiddush in such a situation on bread. take a bread, just the same words, as you just hold the bread, you just say the words of Kiddush.
Wow.
And you could say it on the bread, right? It's that situation. It's as if you're in a situation like a person that doesn't have wine. The wine is being held by a what?
So if in that situation, do you drink the wine from the guy's halal?
If it's mavushal, right?
Right. Yes.
You're allowed to, right?
If it's not mavushal,
no. But you can anyway. If you can avoid drinking it, yes. If it's not rude, I don't know if that's. Or what I would do is that if you could pour your own cup, and as he's saying it, you can sort of mumble the words. That's also.
And you look at your own cup.
Yeah. And the truth is, I even spoke with a posek, Rabbi Stein, Rabbi Shalom from Shayashiv. That he told me that if you even look at the guy's cup, provided it's mavushal, you look at his cup, and you're saying the words of Kiddush, also as you're looking at his cup, then you can do it that way too. Okay, so but the Rosh Yeshiva throws out the advice of doing it on bread. You could do it on bread also. Shemakadosh alapat. Kavur b'shulchan aruch b'siman reish ayin bet. Right, this is brought down. Od b'shed b'chuatzim. Okay. Mikol makom. Nevertheless, nira. It seems to me. Di'im ota machalel Shabbat mitbayesh lechalel Shabbat liyad adam gadol. Let's say if we talk about a case that we're talking about such a person that's machalel Shabbat, but he would be embarrassed to break Shabbat by someone that's a great person. He has a little bit busha. There's a little bit of shame and embarrassment. He wouldn't be mechalel Shabbat by a great person. In such a situation, the Rosh Yeshiva says, I would say yesh lahakel bazeh. Person can be lenient with such a person. Ve'efshar lishmoa mimenu kiddush v'letzet yedei chova. And you're able to hear kiddush from a person and to be yotzi your obligation from such a person. As it's brought down, he brings proof from Sechet Eruvin, right? Samach Tet. Gabe Yehuda Nafak beChumra the Medusha Kevan the Chazye the Rabbi Yehuda Nasia Kesaya Amar Kegon Ze Metabel Rashut because of Rashi Sham Kegon Ze Shemchalal Shabbat Betzinah. Such a person could be it's based on the story in the Gemara. We have to look it up over there. So that he would be considered someone that's mechalel Shabbat privately, really. Harei shekevan shehitbayesh yirah oto Rabbi Yehuda, because there was a story in the Gemara that since that he was embarrassed in front of Rabbi Yehuda, it was Rabbi Yehuda Nesiya, kishu motzim yerashut l'rashut b'Shabbat, when he was going from one domain to another domain, eno nidun, he wasn't halachically considered the din of a kemechalel Shabbat b'farhesya, as someone that's being mechalel Shabbat in public. V'ra'agam b'sefer Torat Chaim be'eruvin. Also in the Sefer Torat Chaim says over there same thing. B'sefer Eliyahu Rabbas over there. Chaya Adam brings this down. V'chein yesh lohavi kitzad raya mimenu shekatu haRamah. And we can also bring a proof, somewhat of a proof from the Ramah in Yoredeya Siman Kuf Chaf Dalid, right? The anusim ein osrim yain b'magam. Someone that was considered anus. He's not considered. You don't have to.
The onus.
Right. You don't have to. Their wine is not usher from touching. V'davka halalu shebetzina einam ovrim al dat. People that especially that they did it privately, they weren't considered that they're going over, they're transgressing things publicly. Aval halalu shegam betzina ovrim averot. Aval pisha also betchila ba'ones harehem kakum. But he says, but people that originally that they were forced, but then privately they continued doing those averas, then they are considered like akum. The Rama says, like going chazinan shekasher yesh davar hamona mimenu lavot eino oser mebamag. Oh, but however, since they said that they do it privately, it doesn't oser them. Like if they have some sort of level of shame, and they don't do it publicly, it doesn't usher their wine. Meaning one can use their wine, even if they're, let's say they started doing avodah zara by force initially, and then when they weren't forced, they continued doing it, but only privately. So the Ramah says in such a case, he says in your idea that it wouldn't be usher to drink their wine if it wasn't mavushal. It would be okay.
It'd be okay.
Because they have some sort of level of shame.
Okay.
So he's bringing from there a proof, not a proof, but like sort of like a hint that like, so someone is being mechalel Shabbat privately, like meaning he wouldn't do it in front of a great person. If a rabbi comes into the house, they said the guy would never, use his phone in front of him, or like, light up a cigarette or something like that, chas v'shalom, right? So therefore, the Rosh Yeshiva says, he says, I say you could be makel with such a person, and you could hear his Kiddush and be Yotze, and it's fine, and Shabbat Shalom, and we should all be healthy and safe. And in any case, you should know, I was learning this halacha, I just want to let you know that I was learning this halacha in a room, my friend's house, and Zev, I was at Zev's house, and he had a wine, so then I said, he said, Zev said, oh, should I make sure if it's mavushal? And I said, no, it's okay, we're around Shomer Shabbos people. And then there was a guy in the room, his name was Ephraim, and he was like, what do you mean? So then he's like, and then we mentioned the halacha, that if it's not mavushal, if there's someone that's not Shomer Shabbos, and so then I was like, yeah, but I said it was okay because you are Shomer Shabbos. So he's like, I don't know if technically I am. I was struggling with it anyway, but and then you should know, later on he said he said that like he realized from that halacha that like, since it's so extreme, someone that's not keeping Shabbat, like the status that they have when it comes to like the Rambam says, he says like akum l'chol davar. So he realized, he's like, wow, so he's like, my status would disqualify a certain wine? On the spot, he was thinking this thing, and he was saying it actually. He was so shocked that on the spot, he decided to become Shomer Shabbat. Wow. Right then and then. I was in a room.
Was this in Israel?
Where this guy, no, this was in Queens, in Flushing. Because he realized the greatness of a Jew that's keeping Shabbat. That how the complete status that changes of the neshama, that when a Jew is keeping Shabbat, the elevation, and the opposite of bringing tum'ah into the world, of holding back from tum'ah coming into the world by not keeping the Shabbat Kodesh. So on the spot he decided to keep Shabbat. It was unbelievable. So still to this, Baruch Hashem, he's married now. He's Baruch Hashem. He's a nice beard, and he's studying Chassidus, and he's really B'ezrat Hashem should bless him. He's a shliach. So B'ezrat Hashem, we should all be inspired to be Shabbat Kodesh, and when we see B'ezrat Hashem in the schut of keeping Shabbat, we should see the Yom Shekula Shabbat L'chaya Ha'olamim with Mishbiat Mashiach Tzidkeinu B'mheru Amenu Amen V'Amen.